What are you doing? That doesn't have a plug.
Really?
Yeah.
It is.
Where? Bitch, where? Fuck you, where the fuck was that? Yeah.
Shoot. Sorry guys. I turn this on. Wow. Wow, look how pretty.
What about my pretzels, babe?
I'm gonna warm them up.
Yeah, but should I do it in case you don't do it right? It is Wednesday, November 12th, 10:35 p.m. It's been months since I posted, babes. I moved out. I don't live with my mom anymore or my thesis girls. We're not gonna talk about that or else I'll start crying. I'm in my studio. So yeah, I have this whole big idea that I was gonna record the transformation process of moving in with my boyfriend, Steven. Didn't do that, did a little bit on TikTok, but I was really just focused on moving in, and then that's when I just started, hey, let me start selling my art at shows again. Everything just happened at once. Moved in July, first week of July, and we're in like the third week of November, second week, third week, whatever. I just want to start recording and vlogging again because I have my life a little bit more together now. I'm always looking for tutorials on how to do something that I'm not super familiar with. For example, block printing. I've always loved doing it, but I never really knew what I was doing. I kind of just did it, and that's fine, you can do that. But you know, sometimes it's nice to like watch a video of someone who is going through the same thing as you or has a little bit more experience. So the reason why I want to do this is because when I first started doing my markets, I was doing this kind of size prints. I would hand paint on these, like this is the same pack that I would paint on like 5 years ago. I would paint on them and then I would sell them, and I'd put them in these little clear sheets, like with my business card and everything, right? So I haven't done that for a really long time because I noticed they weren't doing as good as my other things, which is fine, that happens. But I'm like, you know what, let me see what else I can use these for, not necessarily waste money. So I was thinking, it fits perfectly in here, sell it as a cute little print, but I've been wanting to get back into block printing. So then that's when this little guy came in. So then I would, you know, just do it on here, cute. The reason why I chose the squid from Coraline is because I've had this idea for a few weeks of doing a Coraline corner. I love Coraline, I grew up with Coraline, I love doing Coraline pieces, painting and crochet, so it's really cool to see other people when they look at my booth that they also like those things and they'll buy it for either themselves or their friends. And I just thought it'd be really cute, a Coraline corner. I don't know if that exists out there in the world. If it doesn't, I'm creating it. I'm the first, okay? And what I mean by a Coraline corner is when I do my art walks, I have a table and a half of displaying my paintings, my magnets that I painted on, my stickers, business cards, and then also a whole table just full of crochet things. And now with the holidays coming up, I'm also doing my ornaments. So I thought that I can incorporate a corner, literally a corner of one of the tables, call it the Coraline corner, and have everything that I have Coraline in a corner. So this is the Coraline piece that I did. Look how cute she is. Of course, I had to add a real button. This is in the opening scene, you know, the picture of the opening scene in the movie, and they do the Coraline, and this is supposed to be thread. Did the border. It's not exactly like in the movie, but this is so fucking cute. Like, I want this. It's really hard to just not want to keep it for myself. That's this one. So this would go within my Coraline corner. I did also 3 other paintings today. I've been really into doing cat meme paintings slash like cat wine slash cat food paintings. I sold at my first brewery called the Afterglow Makers Market, and it was a really cool experience. I loved it, met some great people, made some sales, but I also noticed that I could make art that could attract the audience that's already there at the brewery. I just thought the idea of bringing animals and wine or beer together, since you're literally at a brewery, would just be really funny. So I have the cat tamale right here, the little meme. I did this cat on the turntable, painted on a record. I don't know where I got this record. I think I thrifted it a while ago, and I've always wanted to paint on it. Like, I've held onto this thing for a few years. Surprised it didn't break. And like how fun and cute. It's a little Siamese cat. Raccoon drinking coffee. I love raccoons. I've always loved raccoons. So I just thought it'd be also funny to do like raccoons. I would love to do like dogs and pigs, and like horses. I don't know, just like funny animals. So these would not go in the Coraline corner. They would just be with my other paintings. going back on topic, I'll just be showing y'all my process of how I get through this guy, because I'm just excited. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Damn, are you deaf? Let's start the time lapse.
President and Mrs. Bush. Just kidding. You're on war. I'm doing something that week. Man, that sucks. Wait, which week? The week of the Rockettes. There is no shame in experiencing pain. I'm in trouble breathing. You are coming over to...
English. They read Time magazine.
It doesn't seem like a rich subject area.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I know. You tell them.
On it, this is Lorelai Gilmore and Rory Gilmore, my granddaughter and her mother.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, a pleasure.
Hi, Ian.
Charlotte's grandparents, Arthur and Beverly, are dear friends of ours.
Okay, it's 11:14 and I have finally finished. I saw in a video some girl like literally trimmed around her piece. So I'm gonna try to do that because these edges are pretty rough. And then I'm just gonna do my first test print. Oh man, I forgot to do the middle. Do the middle, cut around it, and then do my first test print. I have a bunch of ink, but this is the one I'm gonna use, this Speedball block printing ink. My tester paper right here, the whole thing I used to do that. I have everything. I am nervous, I am, but you just gotta do it, you know what I mean? Don't know if that'll be enough, but see. I learned this technique back in high school, and I've also seen it in some other videos, so I feel pretty confident. I was in fact doing it wrong. Damn, that shit hella crispy. I added way too much ink, didn't spread it evenly, and didn't apply pressure evenly either, so it's a wonder how my print came out so good. So cute. Okay, I know I messed up on the eye. I accidentally carved out the buttons, but literally it's not a big deal because I'll go in with a Posca or even a paintbrush and I'll toot. His lines are a lot thicker than what I wanted them to be, but it's okay because I'd rather them be thicker than thinner. I'm gonna go back and carve some shit out.
Is this stadium?
It's actually C. I promise.
Are you kidding me? With parents want to start paying for overtime because you don't fall in love with people that make you want.
I proceeded to do 8 more test prints because my technique since high school, you know, needed a little refresher. So I watched a quick little tutorial, refreshed my technique, but overall this is just all part of the experimental process, and I'm really happy that I got through it and I surprisingly had the patience for it, because that's just how I'm gonna get better, is by practice. There's a way that it looks when there's too much ink and it's like very blotchy, and that's honestly how it was looking before. It was kind of like that. But this right here, all in the middle, is what you want it to look like. And it even sounds a certain way too. Right now, it's like pretty thinned out. So that was the key that I learned. What has to be evenly spread on here, which I knew that, I just forgot. So it was a little refresher. And same thing when you're rolling it on here, it can't be super thick and tacky. It has to be the same texture and consistency as when you're rolling it out. So this was the first print I made on the little sheets. We have some, whatever you want to call that, liftage. Look how I did the holes on the button. I can easily go back in and fill things in, clean them up, not a big deal. I did a second one. I don't think it had enough ink on it because, I don't know, maybe I just accidentally like smushed it and like dragged it. This was my third one. So these are super duper cute. I'm honestly really obsessed. I'm really happy with how these came out. I know over time I'll get better. That way I don't have to clean things up as much. And it's really just all about practice and getting that technique down. I'm exhausted. It is officially 12 a.m. I'm gonna brush my teeth, maybe ice my face, and go to bed. And tomorrow's another day. Well, really today is tomorrow, so